I know I'm not the only one, but let's be fucking real. I argue with this kid. He had to have been a kid because he doesn't know any better. About the Suicide Boys being Christian. And you're like, wait a second. What did you just say? The Suicide Boys are Christian? Yeah, that's what they're telling everybody. That's what people believe. And it boggles my fucking mind is because you can't call yourself a Christian and all your music is about drugs, about doing drugs, getting fucked up off of drugs, withdrawing from drugs, overdosing, so forth and so on. And then some idiot will come out the woodworks and say, well, no, that they're not talking about it like they're doing them. They're just talking about like how they used to, like back in the day when they were all drug addicts or whatever. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Like, listen to what you're saying. Like, imagine being addicted to heroin, alright, and somehow you get lucky and you get a record deal. You get completely sober and take drugs out of your life, minus maybe weed, I guess. And the last thing you're going to want to do is rap about the drugs that you quit. Why? Because it's hard enough to quit heroin or opiates and just to live have a normal day, all right? Let alone to surround yourself and with thoughts of drugs and all this shit that you used to do. It's fucking retarded. Let alone, now that's just off on the surface of the shit. If you go deeper, they both sold their souls. They both admitted. You can't sell your fucking soul and then all of a sudden claim that you're Christian. You can't be at the top of the devil's industry and claim you're Christian. It is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Now, I'll say this. If they're genuinely trying to follow that religion, it's never gonna work. Why? Because you are in Satan's fucking realm, the music industry. Like, I don't understand why people can't get that. Like, you don't see any Christian artists out there who are as big as the Suicide Boys, alright, and are claiming what they're claiming. It's just dumb. It sounds fucking stupid. And then, not to mention, you sound so fucking retarded trying to defend this shit. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, man. It really doesn't. I really want to understand the logic in people's brains when they genuinely say that they believe that shit. And then they also say that their music isn't bad because they're rapping about the drugs they used to do. Well, what you don't understand is that they're rapping about the drugs, and if you don't know that they've said that, you would believe that they're still on drugs. I've heard them say that, and I still think they do drugs because of the way that they rap and the shit that they talk about. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Not to mention, you claim you follow Jesus Christ, but your name is the Suicide Boys. Yeah, I understand that was like in the beginning, whatever, but it just doesn't make sense. There's no Christian artist or person who's going to become Christian and say, you know what, fuck it, I'll still be at the top of the devil's industry. Like, what's this guy's name? His name's Trey. I can't remember what his name is. He's a rapper, kind of like R&B, but he raps too. You know, he came out with a song 7 years ago with Bryson Tiller. It blew the fuck up, millions of views. He was on his fucking way. He found God and halted everything. Got out of the industry, got out of where he was at, and now he literally raps about God. Now, I'm not saying that he's like some holier than thou, or super close to God and yada yada yada. No, maybe he's still trying to find his way, but he switched everything up. You can tell that he's a Christian and he wants to actually be a Christian and follow the Christian ways, whatever you want to call it, because he because of the fruits of his labor, of just him, period. But no. You're just hating. Because Suicide Boys are Christian. It's the biggest fucking joke I've ever seen in my life. It really is. And people really are defending this shit, and it fucking boggles my mind, man. And then, you have those other people who are, you can't sell your soul. Your soul it can't be sold. Okay, you keep telling yourself that. I bet you pray to Satan tonight and pray and say that you'll give up your soul and you'll do whatever he wants and yada, yada, yada. I guarantee you shit starts changing. And it might look good at first because you're like, oh my God, like, listen to my music. And then you realize a long time from there that, it wasn't God. It was Satan. It was the devil. It was Lucifer. Whatever the fuck he is. Whoever he is. That's how it works. Even though people don't believe the shit, there's people out there who do believe it, and they're thriving in it as far as thriving, physically, material-wise, and so forth and so on. There's a reason why if it's so fake, then Freemasons wouldn't surround themselves by it. They wouldn't, indoctrinate people through the fucking mind control and all the other bullshit. All the secret societies, all the fucking top tier Jewish people, they all worship Satan. I'm not saying everybody. It's not everybody. Of course it's not everybody. But it's just, if I'll just say this and I'll end the video. If you think that they're Christian, you need to do some research and understand how the world works, how the industry works, what they do and how they do it, and how they become famous and how they stay there, and how it has nothing to do with your fucking talent or how good you can sing. You could be, for example, Young Thug and be at the top of your game, but you have to sell your soul to do it. Don't believe me? You could ask a countless amount of people who have been there. You can research and find it out. You can look up fucking whatever you want. It's all out there. It's been out there. You're just too lazy to go fucking see it because you don't want to believe it. Well, sorry to say, but regardless of what you don't believe or what you do believe, they believe it and they're still believing it. And they've been believing it for a fucking long ass time. But who am I, right? You don't know what you're talking about. Like, shut the fuck up.